What is up, DTube? So today I want to talk a little bit about HEX challenging the Bitcoin gorilla in 2021. So what I mean with that? Well, you can just do some simple charting of the market cap potential, and you see that HEX already fairly easy can become a top 3 crypto. And I mean, a top 3 crypto is pretty close to top 1, right? So it's kind of gonna start to challenging the Bitcoin gorilla, the Bitcoin gorilla, which is the Bitcoin with its $500 billion market cap. Um, and yeah, I mean, the hex. As I talked about a little bit in the past, I think we're gonna run into even more resistance, uh, even more resistance than we have seen in the past. So at the moment, Hex is still being gate kept by decentralized actors in this industry, but it kind of seems like as we start to really approach Ethereum market cap and Bitcoin market cap, it just seems like we're gonna run into even more resistance. The question is like how that would play out. Like it doesn't have to play out that way, um, but it doesn't seem like crypto media ever is gonna be super kind to us, even though it would be super nice. But it's like you have this like super strong narrative of Bitcoin that has been here the last 5 years, especially. People do not want to break up with the Bitcoin. I mean, because it's the first one, and it's like they want the honeymoon period to last forever. Um, but now we are in this new decade here, this new 2020 decade, this new decade, which is a computing power decade, which is perfect for interest, of course. Hex is, compared to all these other things, Richard Hart wrote about it in a way how like Hex.com, it's basically overpowered. And it basically is the case. Like if you look at how much Hex went up from the early January 2020 to at the end of December 2020, it went up 360x in USD. I mean, I don't. If you go and look back at Bitcoin the first year, it probably didn't do those gains the first year. I really don't think so. Mm, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. But yeah, we're gonna start to challenge Bitcoin for the top 1 crypto. We're gonna start to challenge Ethereum also as a top 2 crypto, because if we just go up, let, let's do some math. I love doing math. Let's say just 15 cents, okay? That's a 15x increase in the market cap, which I think would, is that really the case? No, that sounds too high. Okay, let's say 5.8 billion times 15. Would we, at 15 cents, would we be at $87 billion market cap already? That sounds almost too high. Let's try that again. 567 billion circulating hex. Yeah, we would actually be at only 15-cent hex. We would already start flipping Ethereum, because Ethereum at the moment is at around $85 billion market cap. So if we only go up 15x from here, we would already be top 2 crypto, I guess, already. And we are already at 1 cent, right? So 1 cent is not even a thing anymore. Like we already passed 1 cent we're already kind of used to that kind of level. And that was that level in March 2020 where people saw like, yeah, 1 cent is really gonna be a challenge. Like 1 cent is really gonna be a challenge, but we actually hit it the first year. So 1 cent, we already know Hex can do that, and if it can do 1 cent, I mean, 15 cents is not that far away. 15 cents is not that far away. It's like a 15x, and we already touched. We actually touched 2 cents, um, which is a buy of like what was like $1 million, 1,300 hex or 1,300 Ethereum, and we were at 1.5. 50% to 2 cents, and then we went up from there with just $1 million. So we can go up a couple of cents if people are starting to throw a couple of $1 million into the Uniswap automated market maker. So it's like as we start to get up to these levels, um, we already been so close to pass XRP. The other day we were just like at $9.7 billion market cap. So XRP is not even going to be a challenge, and most likely Ethereum passing that one is not going to be a super challenge either, because this is just a starting phase of Hex. And a 15x price increase, I mean, it is cool, but we've done like in the past, we've done like a 300x, so we can do this like run up, you know. And Ethereum, are they working on like, they are working on proof of stake, but they don't have anything out there at the moment. Now, from there, if we want to get up to Bitcoin, we would have to do an additional 5x on 15 cents, I think, around that. So if we went up to 15 cents, take it times 5, 75 cents hex, take that times 567 billion, we would be up at $400 billion market cap at 75 cent hex. So, I mean, we would already start to challenge. Yeah, we would already start to challenge the Bitcoin market cap if we were getting closer to like 70 cent hex, 80 cent hex, which is obviously super exciting, you know. Um, because there's so many people in the general crypto space that never heard about Hex and still think it's a joke, because it's like they're reading these other influencers that mainly have Bitcoin bags, and they're reading their opinions about Hex, and they usually very ignorant about Hex, and then but they have large followings, so a lot of people do not know the true story about Hex. It's mainly just Hex Against that know about it. But as the market cap of Hex just keeps on going up, keeps on going up, keeps on going up, and people see how an amazing product it is, it seems like a lot of people are gonna flip their Bitcoin bags to Hex bags. And that's gonna be really interesting to see. So it's fun to be a part of the Hex community, and it's going to be very exciting to see this play out. So Bitcoin, okay, it came 2008, cool. Um, it's been here 11 years, you know. Hex has been here 1 year, and already here on the second year, we're really going to start getting very close to Bitcoin. I mean, even if we just go, if we would go up to like, let's say 15 cent, let's say we go up to 15 cent and we pass Ethereum, we're top two crypto in just like 2 years. That is extremely good, you know. And then only like a 5x more to flip the Bitcoin. 2 years into crypto Hex, then if 15 cent would happen at the end of 2021, which I think is pretty like a conservative number. Um, and yeah, I mean that can be interesting to see how it's gonna play out. Because it's like none of these institutions or none of like the super mainstream crypto, they don't know so much about hex, or so it's like you have all this potential at the moment if people are early into hex at the moment, uh, because it's like the share price is pretty low now compared to what it's going to be in the future. It's going to be fun to follow this, but we are going to take on the Bitcoin gorilla, because we already see now, okay, just a 15x, and we're going to flip Ethereum, and then it's like, and then everyone everyone is going to start to look for this, like, okay, now it's only one coin left. It's only one coin left to become number one in all of crypto. And people are saying these silly things all the time, like, well, everyone can't cash out at the same time, you know? They're like, oh, there's only a few $1 million of liquidity. But it's like there's no one, but nobody really cares, you know? Because everyone is like in it for the long term, for the long-term growth of this thing, to be a part of a community. That's why most people are staked for, on average, 4.85 years, 4.85 years, almost 5 years. So most people are just in it for the community, and they love seeing those numbers go up. They don't really care like about these like concepts of like, well, if everyone tried to cash out at the same time, it wouldn't really work. But it's like for most people, they don't really care, you know, because I think most people even would be like, if they really wanted to cash out, um, I think most people would just cash out slowly, you know, because then they would get more for their money. They wouldn't cause like this huge dump. It doesn't make any sense for anyone to wanting to cash out super fast. Um, because it's like, why you would get less money, you know? Why not like just print more and like retain your value? So yeah, we are gonna we're gonna challenge the Bitcoin gorilla. um I was gonna be my target for 2020 was basically, I wanted to see if hex could reach 20% of 1 cent. And yeah, we did that. We did that fairly easy. And now, you know, it's like, yeah, it's exciting now. So top 8 crypto right now. Um and there's not that many coins left. Like, we constantly flip Bitcoin Cash. Uh we also flip Polkadot, Litecoin. We're probably gonna flip again. XRP is gonna be so fun to flip. We can all see this on nomics.com. We have Tether up there with its like printing up to $21 billion, which is obviously not probably backed by real USD as they are like saying, which is kind of shady. And the main reason why the Bitcoin price is so high right now is probably because the shady stuff that Tether is doing. So yeah, but yeah, we Hexicans are gonna challenge the Bitcoin gorilla. I mean, we can already see like it in macro ways when we already are flipping constantly Bitcoin Cash. And Bitcoin Cash is like, it's basically Bitcoin, right? It's like a clone of Bitcoin. So we're taking on the little guy right now, and then the bigger guy. Obviously, we're gonna challenge it, because Hex is like designed for like when people see like the high price and the high market cap, it's designed so new guys to come in, that they get inspired, and that they also do super long stakes, and everyone is in it for the long term ride, you know. That's what's the coolest thing here, and that everything is complete. Okay, no expectations, no promises. uh, that is so cool. Yeah, Ethereum is just $83 billion market cap, And Ethereum has been here for 5 years, okay? 5 years, and Hexagons only need a 15x to flip Ethereum. And Hex is only 1 year old. Hex is only 1 year old. And there's always more live streams going on. There's always more videos going on. We're gonna challenge the Bitcoin gorilla. And we have something that Bitcoiners do not have. We have Uniswap. We have a decentralized exchange, which is like so cool, you know. It's such a much better user experience for people getting into crypto, um, buying and selling, and that they hold their own keys. It's so important. It's so important. Yeah, that's what I want to talk a little bit about today. Hexagons are gonna challenge the Bitcoin gorilla, and and it's gonna be so fun to follow. Because it's like, you know, Bitcoiners are always talking about cashing out, you know, because it's like they are not like Bitcoiners are not satisfied seeing the price you stay as it is. They're always in constant need for the price to pump because they're not getting any interest. Okay, you're sitting on your Bitcoins, they're not getting any interest, so they're always in constant need for the price to pump. Hexagons do not need the hex price to pump to earn more because they're printing interest already. So they're already getting paid. Like hexagons are already getting paid, and they're already fine if the price stays the same, which is obviously very, very cool. But this is not something that Bitcoiners have, you know? Like if the price stays the same with Bitcoin, it becomes very, very boring for the Bitcoiner. It becomes very, very boring for the Bitcoiner if the price just stays the same. They always like in a constant need for like someone to throw billions of dollars at it. So yeah, that's what I want to talk a little bit about today. Have an awesome day, Hexagons, and DT. Bye bye.